Welcome to the Ancient Near East, a history. In this video, we will explore the rich and diverse history of the Ancient Near East, a region that encompasses modern-day countries such as Iraq, Iran, Syria, and Turkey. From the earliest civilizations to the rise and fall of empires, the Ancient Near East has played a significant role in shaping the world we live in today. A map of the Ancient Near East, showing the location of major civilizations such as Sumer, Babylon, Assyria, and Persia. The Ancient Near East is often referred to as the cradle of civilization because it is where some of the world's earliest civilizations emerged. These civilizations were characterized by the sophisticated systems of writing, agriculture, trade, and governance. Images of ancient artifacts such as cuneiform tablets, irrigation systems, and marketplaces. The Ancient Near East was also a region of great diversity, with different cultures, languages, and religions coexisting and interacting with each other. From the polytheistic beliefs of the Sumerians to the monotheistic faiths of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, the Ancient Near East has been a melting pot of ideas and beliefs. Images of ancient temples, statues, and religious symbols. In this video, we will take a chronological journey through the history of the Ancient Near East, exploring the major events, people, and ideas that shaped this fascinating region. So let's begin our journey by going back in time to the earliest civilizations of the Ancient Near East. The Ancient Near East was home to some of the world's earliest civilizations, including the Sumerians, Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians. These civilizations emerged around 4000 BC and were characterized by their sophisticated systems of writing, agriculture, and governance. Images of ancient Sumerian cities such as Uruk, ziggurats, and cuneiform tablets. The Sumerians, who lived in the southern part of Mesopotamia, were one of the earliest civilizations in the Ancient Near East. They developed a system of writing called cuneiform, which was used to record everything from religious texts to commercial transactions. Images of cuneiform tablets and the stylus used for writing. The Sumerians also developed a complex system of irrigation, which allowed them to cultivate crops in the fertile land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. This led to the development of cities such as Uruk, which were centers of trade, religion, and culture. Images of ancient irrigation systems, Sumerian cities, and marketplaces. The Akkadians, who lived in the northern part of Mesopotamia, were another early civilization in the Ancient Near East. They were known for their military prowess in their empire, which was led by the famous ruler Sargon of Akkad. Images of Sargon of Akkad, Akkadian artifacts, and military campaigns. The Babylonians, who emerged around 1800 BCE, were known for their impressive architecture, including the famous Hanged Gardens of Babylon. They also developed a sophisticated legal system, known as the Code of Hammurabi, which was one of the earliest examples of written law. Images of the Hanged Gardens of Babylon, the Code of Hammurabi, and Babylonian architecture. The Assyrians, who emerged around 1000 BCE, were known for their military might and their empire, which extended from modern-day Iran to Egypt. They were also known for their impressive works of art, including the famous reliefs that adorn the walls of their palaces. Images of Assyrian reliefs, military campaigns, and works of art. These early civilizations laid the foundation for the development of the Ancient Near East, setting the stage for the rise and fall of empires and the exchange of ideas and cultures. Images of ancient artifacts, cities, and empires. In the next segment, we will explore the rise of the Persian Empire and its impact on the Ancient Near East. The Persian Empire was one of the most powerful empires in the Ancient Near East, spanning from modern-day Iran to Egypt and Greece. It emerged in the 6th century BC under the leadership of Cyrus the Great, who united the various tribes and kingdoms of Persia. Images of Cyrus the Great, Persian artifacts, and a map of the Persian Empire. The Persian Empire was known for its impressive military campaigns, including the conquest of Babylon and the defeat of the powerful Lydian Empire. It was also known for its sophisticated governance system, which allowed for the efficient administration of its vast territories. Images of Persian military campaigns, the city of Babylon, and Persian governance systems. The Persian Empire was also characterized by its religious tolerance, which allowed for the coexistence of different faiths and cultures. This was exemplified by the famous decree of Cyrus the Great, which allowed the Jews to return to their homeland and rebuild their temple in Jerusalem. Images of the decree of Cyrus the Great, the rebuilding of the temple in Jerusalem, and religious symbols. The Persian Empire reached its peak under the rule of Darius the Great, who expanded the empire to its greatest extent and oversaw the construction of impressive works of architecture, such as the famous Palace of Persepolis. Images of Darius the Great, Persepolis, and Persian architecture. However, the Persian Empire eventually fell to the armies of Alexander the Great, who conquered Persia in the 4th century BCE. Despite its eventual downfall, the Persian Empire left a lasting legacy in the Ancient Near East, influencing the cultures, languages, and religions of the region for centuries to come. Images of Alexander the Great, Persian artifacts, and the legacy of the Persian Empire. In the next segment, we will explore the rise of the Islamic Empire and its impact on the ancient Near East. The Islamic Empire was one of the most influential empires in the ancient Near East, spanning from modern-day Spain to India. It emerged in the 7th century CE under the leadership of the Prophet Muhammad, who founded the religion of Islam. Images of the Prophet Muhammad, Islamic artifacts, and a map of the Islamic Empire. The Islamic Empire was characterized by its impressive military campaigns, which allowed it to conquer vast territories and establish a powerful caliphate. It was also known for its contributions to science, art, and culture, which had a profound impact on the ancient Near East and beyond. Images of Islamic military campaigns, Islamic art and architecture, and scientific achievements. The Islamic Empire was also known for its religious tolerance, which allowed for the coexistence of different faiths and cultures. This was exemplified by the famous Treaty of Umar, which granted protection to the Christian and Jewish communities in Islamic territories. Images of the Treaty of Umar, religious symbols, and Islamic governance systems. The Islamic Empire reached its peak under the rule of the Abbasid Caliphate, which oversaw a golden age of Islamic civilization. During this time, Islamic scholars made significant contributions to fields such as mathematics, astronomy, and medicine, while Islamic art and architecture flourished. Images of the Abbasid Caliphate, Islamic scholars, and Islamic art and architecture. However, the Islamic Empire eventually declined due to internal conflicts and external pressures from invading forces. Despite its eventual downfall, the Islamic Empire left a lasting legacy in the ancient Near East, influencing the cultures, languages, and religions of the region for centuries to come. Images of invading forces, Islamic artifacts, and the legacy of the Islamic Empire. In the final segment, we will explore the modern history of the ancient Near East and its impact on the world today. The modern history of the ancient Near East has been marked by conflict, political upheaval, and cultural exchange. The region has been shaped by the influence of colonial powers, the rise of nationalism, and the ongoing struggle for peace and stability. Images of modern cities in ancient Near East, political leaders, and conflicts. In the aftermath of World War I, the Ottoman Empire, which had ruled much of the ancient Near East for centuries, was dismantled, and the region was divided into various mandates and colonies under the control of European powers. Images of the Ottoman Empire, World War I, and European colonial powers. This period of colonialism and foreign control came to an end in the mid-20th century, as countries such as Iraq, Iran, and Syria gained independence and began to assert their own national identities. Images of independence movements, political leaders, and national symbols. However, the modern history of the ancient Near East has also been marked by conflict and instability, with ongoing struggles for power, resources, and influence. This has led to numerous wars, such as the Iran-Iraq War and the Gulf War, as well as ongoing conflicts in Syria and Yemen. Images of war, conflict, and political unrest. Despite these challenges, the ancient Near East continues to be a region of great cultural and historical significance, with a rich legacy that continues to influence the world today. From the birthplace of civilization to the cradle of monotheistic religions, the ancient Near East has left an indelible mark on human history. Images of ancient artifacts, religious symbols, and modern cities. As we look to the future, it is important to remember the lessons of the past and to work towards a more peaceful and prosperous world for all. Images of people working together, cultural exchange, and a hopeful future. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of the ancient Near East.